Eiche Hynje, agus cartel chuir diedanach de chupa in SWPL. Celtic adult in the Glasgow City G in a Skipian as látere sa dúi ach fémi inaniu a golamach san arpush in nach co, well Keisha Biosho, BBC Alpa. Seo da skipa ma ha blachúch suas it hoiseach I the game seo nach napa traie agus wa Caitlin Hayes grún arachien son Celtic inaniu son Glasgow City G gamalais ga Lauren Davidson a Chile gan in skipa táiseach ach gemór gutera son a da skipa seo ag an seo yena days in a fiaching die fein chuna nach chuirt agus hiisih an gemma seo BBC Alpa. Valjar of Harshan, go BBC Alpa Faravilshing, and knock an R3 ag Parka Excelsior. A deiche Hune a show, I say, well, Hamitolish, Gajera Shinara, Bacon Four, a hound ach Geo game at Hosha Goringisho Celtic, a dull in the Glasgow City and a Kuchba and SWPL. Tolish Radam, who Drasa had Joel Murray. Joel, thanks as always for joining us here on BBC Alpa. And well, what a fixture we have here tonight. Quarter-final stage of this competition. Celtic going up against Glasgow City. What are your pre-match thoughts?
Pre-match thoughts are it's going to be a competitive game and hopefully an exciting game like has been previously when the two teams encounter each other. Well,
these two teams have encountered each other in the past in this competition 2 years ago in the final. Celtic ran away 1-0 winners. As we can see, Caitlin Hayes, of course, is back in the starting lineup today, and you dare say they'll be relying on players like her tonight.
They absolutely will. Caitlin Hayes is a defender by trade, but she also gives you that attacking threat, and we saw there what she can possess, and that'll be a threat that Celtic hope to utilise tonight.
Celtic, of course, beat Glasgow City a month ago in the league 2-1 here in Airdrie. Do they come into this game then with a slight psychological advantage?
Probably. However, with it being a cup competition, form goes out the window, and I'm sure Leanne Ross will have the Glasgow City players more than up for this fixture tonight. Yeah,
especially because they did drop points at the weekend against a good Heart side, you have to say, but away from home, dropping 2 points for them in the league. Leanne Ross particularly expects more than that.
She certainly does. She's a player who played with high standards and demanded, and she's kind of taken that mentality into her coaching career, and she'll certainly be looking for a positive reaction from our players tonight.
Let's see what she has to say. Picking up a try with our Nyakadish, Derek Mackay Fakkel, Leanne Ross, Alex Uchera, Fran Alonso.
Fran, a big game tonight, coming quite early in the competition, but it's always a challenge against Glasgow City.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. We love cup competitions. So far in the last 2 and a bit years, we've been in 4 cup competitions. We won 3 of them. We want that to be the 5th one, but we know the challenge is very, very hard. We are going to play the current champions, and I think that is always very difficult to beat. And unless we are at our very best, we have no chance. So yeah, we hopefully we will be at our best.
As you say, City are the league champions. You have beaten them already this season, and you just about edged the meetings last season, although the league went their way. They've also maybe not been in the best form, so are you feeling quite confident?
Obviously, they have they drop points in the last game. That's something that Glasgow City is not used to. But for me, they want to prove something today. So it's going to be a very tough day for us.
Leanne, listening to you post-match after the Hearts game at the weekend, you clearly weren't happy, neither were the players. How's that featured in your preparations this week?
Not too much, to be honest. We addressed that after the game on Sunday. The players knew that I was disappointed. They were disappointed themselves. And training's been good this week, in fairness. We've come back in, they've been really clear and focused, and we've been preparing really well for this game tonight.
A game like this is obviously something to look forward to, a cup game, a competition that, strangely, you've not won for a few years.
Yeah, I won it a few times as a player, so it would be nice to win tonight and have that opportunity to go into the semi-finals. But it's going to be a tough game tonight. Games between Celtic and ourselves are always tight, and we just hope that we can come out on top.
Yeah, Celtic did that earlier in the season, but last season honours were pretty even across the piece, and I think we all expect a tight game again tonight.
Yeah, there's spells in each of the games where either team's on top, and I think if we have a spell like that tonight, then we need to go and take advantage of it, get ourselves in front, and then try and manage the game from there. Celtic are a good team, and we're under no illusions that it's going to take a lot tonight to go and win the game, but we're ready for it.
It's probably been a frustrating few weeks between European disappointment, the international break, and then the draw against Hearts. A win tonight would really give you a bit of a kickstart, you'd hope.
Yeah, of course, and it's been a really busy time for us, so we've not really had the opportunity to be on the pitch together and get good training in the legs and It's been good this week, obviously, to have the back-to-back sessions, first time in a while, so we're hoping that stands us in good stead tonight, and we've had good preparation for the game.
So the gaib maha Leanne Ross agus Ronishin Fran Alonso agus slúach gymach falling y Browne Park seo. Keith Fatach iddo chlutinge i the game seo noch. Joel, just reflecting on the managers there, it's always tight games, tense games between these two sides, and Rangers, you have to put them in that as well, in the league. What do you think here tonight, given it is a cup competition? Do you think it will maybe change the dynamic slightly?
Yeah, I think so. However, knowing Leanne Ross especially, I think, as I said, she'll have her team set up to go out there and perform tonight. And Fran Alonso and Celtic, they're a well-oiled machine. So, albeit it's a cup competition, I think you'll see two typical teams, and a Glasgow City and a Celtic team. And like I said earlier, I hope that it's a very exciting and competitive one.
It's been a very sort of stop-start month, particularly for Glasgow City, but I suppose for all the teams as well. International breaks have been there. Celtic, of course, resting a few players at the weekend who came back from international duty. Do you think that will have any bearing here tonight?
I don't think so. I think you saw the effects of that last weekend when Glasgow City kind of didn't perform to their usual standards. Celtic obviously had the strength and depth within their squad to rest a few players, and you almost forget on the back of international breaks, depending on where your players are travelling to and from, when they get back, how many days training they have with the squad. And you heard from Leanne, it seemed to affect Glasgow City last weekend.
How do you think she'll be reacting just now? What do you think she'll be saying ahead of this game? Because she has won this competition a number of times herself. What would she be expecting, particularly given it's a cup game?
Yeah, Leanne's won the competition a lot of times. I think 6 times Glasgow City have won it, the last being in 2015. So she'll draw upon that experience, she'll draw upon her senior players' experience, and the hope that they can kind of produce tonight.
Let's see what happens. Thank you for now, Joel Clancy Barach. Fod Joel Tron again, Mar Savage. Well, the Skippy and Fine Chase House Donald Adrasas was in Hitching and Null. Go on your Hadish, Derek Machgai.
Tablat Vichel. He Shushinat. McCown Gach Straight, Kelly Clark, Gegis Haley Lauder, Leanne Ross, Chinamach. A shade of Fachlan, Miri Kishira, Skippy, Kistein Brain. A stand from a stand. A shot again Excelsior. A rated it. The live at Holton Station. I guess Shinya Jishel. Moye Shaw, Partick Thistle, Nye Montrose, Hibs and Nye Dundee United, Rangers and Nye Burrimur Thistle, Achadhoshach, Celtic and Nye Glasgow City, as the Carshall course in Tira nach de Groepe in SWPL. Hier Goersje heet je voornachig. Er deze aan de bal korsje, de man as in SWPL. I guess be in je 3 skippy in de small. Het allemaal en nog zijn level dat geintje. City at all, uit Celtic, het zijn ik en je show aan Ars 3. I guess bekend de graag jachten in de jachten. Waarin Celtic een goeie orde had de goeie City in de Spartans, I guess op een. I had called that game, die Bran en de Champions League zit. Think in de goal en de Hearts. Maar gaan je zien, Celtic wie kluge gemaakt aan gewaan. We gaan dat game kan de geile te hulken hun die Rangers. Maar zien, en daar skip ik. Die teruggeëindigd in de Gurmagas en Gene. Sa Fran Alonso, daar is 3 jaar nog in de skipping erin de Goeser, Dundee United in Jachkins en Gaai. Shane Manglu, agus Hayes, Ulle Chili, Shach en skipping. Adi Smith, Tuchum, Ganavenki, Cummings en Tuchum en Machas scored. Ulle Geleer, Njarskilode de Venki, Leila Ferski en Miskin in de Purin. Hinjes, Boy, Horst de game gaan het doen. City at daar nog een Leanne Ross van in de waar Kujunnen. Die Hearts in jullie jachten zich high. Zat kutten mag kutjok. Dan kondost voor Whelan. Agus Davidson en Ashley Shach en de skipping en dat je Forrest agus Larkin. Agus Collis meer nog larger is een toch een skipping. Belarger de pudding heeft gedemag. Ik kan hem zitten. Leanne Ross agus Kaar. 3-3 net en een keer gooi ik de heun afgezien. 3 gooi ik ja en dan maak ik Fran Alonso. Gewoon niet genacht percent nog een tafel met 100 in het hulk. Caitlin Hayes, het is boy. Het is skipping City. De Lavashen. Nuri, het Rangers gewoon niet. Ik is nog niet gedaan skipping is op Mierig. Shaken Thomas Denomechkin. Er niet gedaan skipping is op Mierig en de Kochban. Waarschijnlijk is Gimpling. Nuri, Geil City, die Celtic, Tolkien Johnny. En de Kuip in de Halappen. Celtic is dol Brian Hudlake. Glasgow City dyn efo nyrfod y cawnel yn y bar gyfeitir y ffeir gyffyrd nog. Agus lwchliantyn togol y gwhyn. Mae rhaid gyson ar Celtic a iard sy'n edrych cwrys yn arf lwchliantyn y hachge i gynnig yma drich. Ach bydd nog ys Glasgow City yn ynnu safach. City brisig ymach sy'n Hudlake, Celtic am hast. Kelly Clark sy'n o'r eich fawr eich ge. Chyd i sgipig achge, sy'n adrysio mi i'r i gael. Clark, o'r as yn y hwn. Chwyd yn City, eich yn y siach y fi yn y parc. Brennan Lefera, y fi sgar cwt y dol. City and Orange, mae'r efo'ch dŵn Celtic a nhw anya agos gial. Y hyd castel cwrs i'r ynoch. Gan arbys y. Agos mae'r efo'n mi gra. Fedd chi'n ysgybu yn y smô. Gwyd tŵch ym machas yn arbys bwloch. City gael cwrt gydol ma ha. Iad sy'n yn arbys y fôn hych sia twrsyn. Fôn eich at cwrp yn SWPL. Ond y rwch. Sky Sports Cup gyda. Siad Rangers yn ysgybu glyn am. Yr yn dŵa siasyn. Siai fôn hych yn ddyri. Oren Davidson. Yr i gostwch y bygan. Hwrt lian Ross J game. Ac yn sychau fad gacwn i'ch bygan. Tosio yn o'ch gyda. A bal mach gyda'r mi ein o fasyn. Chof asg sy'n go. Ys heili loda. Ys tosioch yr y ffoster. Gyrach a ffein i cawn yn y falde. Chameg i'r yn haractid. A chapar tosioch. Y figysyn. A Joel Murray is in corner. Joel, an excellent start for City. Almost the perfect start. But Healy just couldn't quite direct that on target.
Yeah, you're right. Almost a perfect start for Glasgow City there, Derek. A fantastic ball from Lauren Davidson, and Hayley Lauder, not known for her aerial ability, gets on the end of it and almost makes Doherty save at the near post.
It's a really good position she took up there, just drifting in from midfield into that near post area with nobody really covering her.
No, there wasn't anyone at all. She made that run off the shoulder of the defenders, and I think if Hayley didn't make the contact, Levera would have. Both players were in space there in the 6-yard box.
I suspect Brennan Levera may make that point at some point later if the game doesn't go their way. Nog is gefeind Coramill gyda, Fulton, gahwyd siach at bygan, stau mi yn y parc, Shane gahwgleg a Celtic, nolch yn y live iesh a partido as y iei. Hanai hygyd, a Michaela Moore yn ash Russian City, gahwyd siach at sat y siach, Cers Gylio'r ga Celtic, ach yn chlwch ar New Zealand. Ti'n fod nhw par eich gysyn, mae'r eich dŵls, mae'r eich is y hyd bwlyn gan y gêm. Biag Celtic, Gerson yn chwrdd siach. Celtic gychrymal, sgahili go Hayes, Nish Clark. City, y clwyd rwy'n sy'n michol ar y sport ysyn, fiach yn di caffac y chwydyd. Skipper Celtic gyda fawr. Constor Gylio'r gyda, mae'r hi sy'n. Smyr esagin. Hayes, wys y flaen y bal ma sy'n. Tŵch teg aif bwloch. Hepa, mae'r fiag yn yw fiach yn mi ffein y siach ysyn. City diach yn fi brisig, siad y hanesht, Whelan, siad y laif chli. Da siachad yr clwyd ryn. Gachwyd gen i mi ein, Davidson y ffew. Mae'n lwyr chili cwld rysio gyda Davidson's trwy ti Michael ar y Davidson siontaig. Gen i fi ein, sy'n ffalaf saflig ma. Doherty y ffein y lafynyr, ag y City rys neng hwnnwrt y syffwchgys ag Celtic ys y hiad i'n y 3 funud yn y sio. Doherty yn nŵr at iemig i'r fwtag yn i enw mi ein. Oscarson. Mae'n i mag gyda Maddie Fulton yn y parc. Mae'n rwy'n ffein fwtag yn yr ysyn, chan iel ach Doherty gysaflig yr east. Another really good chance here, Joel, for Glasgow City.
Yeah, another fantastic chance. Emily Whelan doing really well to create that opportunity, and you can see Lauren Davidson doing what she does best, kind of turning, manipulating the ball and getting a shot off.
It's good to see City actually, really focusing on trying to play wide down both flanks, because sometimes they can be a little bit narrow in their play.
Yeah, it's great to see. I think when you're playing up against a back three, the space is naturally outside the three centre backs, so it's something that obviously Leanne Ross and Glasgow City have looked at as an opportunity to exploit tonight.
Gallo, Celtic. Davidson does she as a line it. Balma, gonna be ein. Schachter holt in je kerskilor, muur gelernt in je machene gleich. Partido as jy. Hayes. Rashko, Chloe Craigs, Rashko, Caitlin Hayes are in the villa. Clark. Shen gets scaly gerichts. Craig finding her eruit. In the eruit is Kavanagh nicht, so is genoeg gleich. Manglu. Going to be on Balska, you're going to be out at all, like Celtic. There's one a Shiamirich in the Shachar game, and Natalie Ross, with the skipping of Fran Alonso, Guder Hoshach. Has City at Hoshach in the Biar, she had Bivio Levaun Ach, has Celtic, in the Guder Hoshach, I guess has Celtic. The Toll of Arak. Joel, it's not quite against the run of play. Celtic have had lots of the play, but this is the first real chance they've created and they've gone ahead.
Yeah, it's the first time Celtic have entered the attacking third there, and a fantastic ball into the box. And Natalie Ross, who, similar to Hayley Lauder, not known for her aerial ability, gets on the end of it and does what you should do in those occasions when there's not a lot of pace on the ball, diverting it back across the six, back across the goalkeeper, and you can see from Lee Gibson's reactions there's nothing she can do about that one.
The bad news for City as well is that it looks like Amy Muir has taken a knock as Natalie Ross came across her. There, no malice, no, just a bit unfortunate, but you certainly don't want to lose a player and a goal in the same moment.
No, and you certainly don't want to lose a player like Amy Muir in the 7th minute of what will be a tough game for Glasgow City. So hopefully she can get back on her feet, but with a head knock, you know, in the modern game, you just can't take your chances.
City will probably be a bit disappointed with how they defended that ball at the back post, because it's a good cross from Magnu and then it comes down directly onto Natalie Ross's head, but it's just sort of lofted in there, it's lobbed in, it's asking for somebody to attack it.
Yeah, they will be disappointed, bitterly disappointed, because like you said, there wasn't a great deal of pace on the ball, and they certainly had numbers back there. You can see their player for player, Hayley Lauder and Amy Muir in there, so there isn't essentially an overload. So I think Leanne Ross and Glasgow City as a whole will be disappointed to concede in that manner.
With treatment going on for Amy Muir, it's also just a real heartbreaker for City, given the two really good chances they created in the first 3 minutes. I mean, you see Hayley Lauder over there chatting to Leanne Ross, something they're looking at changing, something looking to deal with, but they had started really brightly.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to change there. Like you said, you saw Hayley Lauder, a very senior player, the captain, discussing something with Leanne Ross, but given the start they've had, I certainly don't think they need to change anything. It's just kind of problem solving in those moments. Amy Muir was occupying Partido outside of her. Hayley Lauder maybe got caught under the ball, but certainly from a Glasgow City perspective, I don't think there needs to be much change or much panic.
In the opening few moments we saw, I suppose the first 5 minutes, we did see a bit of the difference in style. Celtic patient, keeping the ball, moving the ball about. City, when they had it, they weren't exactly more direct, but they were the ones who moved the ball wide and were running at Celtic more than perhaps Celtic were at them.
Yeah, absolutely. Two different styles of play. Celtic adopting a kind of progressive possession-based style whereby they almost play from side to side and then they work the opening and then they increase the intensity and the tempo, whereas Glasgow City, like you said, not direct in a sense they're going back to front, but more kind of direct in a sense that they're breaking lines into the centre of the pitch and then going wide.
City maha, Tolkien Johnny Erierig. Pwy er gawn yn dra Silimi. Shen Gaskeli Gamanglu. A fiach yn yr, wel, mae hyd chwys Iachi. Gymaster y fecheli, mae fiach yn fyrfotig yn ily Iach yn yn ddwrsyn. Gibson, sgawn gael i'r labach yn yr fal hast. Lonse Kamatolic gyda fi dynwle na yn gêm o'r tosio Gaisin. Gibson. Suas gymni yn y parc. Kelly Clark fan y fal lard. Cymal Lavera ar Falafoia. Matchalo. Fe'n lafon nôl ar ysyn i mi Gallagher. Alfon Bacwagach. Gary Henshin. Emi Muir is chillig in y parc, Selmi, wel. Hinter yma mach at y bal ar y difhawl gyda, sio Bryn Lavera lish. Chontig sy'n yr yrd. Lavera hast, hwyl ar y dyfys da. Yo, fasyn fasgyrist. Hwyl yn mi, holet y lahi, nach jachi. Lishin ir y darakage, ach yr eisi is the line chli City nag Hobart. Joel, this was almost the perfect riposte from City down the left wing again.
Yeah, it was a great pattern of play. It was a fantastic ball from Michaela Moore up to Lavera, who you could see in that moment the wide players, especially Emily Whelan, driving at the back line. That's when it drops the defence, and Lavera's then stepped into the space that's created. But a fantastic pattern of play once again from Glasgow City.
Moore. Gamiser Davidson who's the liner. Gallagher. Demi Muir ar asir y ffarc. A i pwnt yn ysglwyd yn y nafish gyda Paulo Partido. Fe'n siach ad o'r. Partido. Ar asg o bros. Mae'r chalw fe'n y cast y siach i'r y fal y gyda. Sy'n gar asir nisht chyn y chwl. Shin. Agnew. Partido. Dwi'n y corner, agos go eisiau, haid tolch gylio leisiau, y fi eich. Corner ic Celtic, Shin y dol nôl y son y gwal. Clark is Hayes, is Craig, Hwys fan y hwl, i at yn knap, dyrwch yr sport y finish. Jim Noas of Gibson tastai. Aha, sydd repan. Ba pwcht ydd Gibson an y biach gyreid yr eisiau. He's in Joe East. Heart and mouth time here for Lee Gibson, Joel. Partido was putting a lot of pressure under it, but there's not a lot in that, really, is there?
Not a lot in it for me, Derek. I think Partido's just standing her ground. She's not got any hands on Lee Gibson, and she's potentially, as I say, just standing her ground and stopping her from tracking back. So I think it's a very soft one there.
I suppose the argument would be that when Lee Gibson has gone off the ground, he shouldn't be happy to shot. A Celtic go ieri pennis as a shin, chan ylata gain, chan reach me Michaela Moore, Ishach and Murphy Agnew. We'll maybe see that again, Joel, but the argument would be, I suppose, that Partido is pushing, maybe just nudging Gibson when she's in the air, which is maybe a bit soft.
Yeah, I think so. Although there wasn't any kind of hands up, she could well have been doing that, Derek. But I think it's a soft one, and Glasgow City, in my opinion, have been been let off the hook there.
What was your view of that? Murphy Aguirre going to ground under Michaela Moore's challenge? Again, there's not a lot in it, is there?
Not a lot in it at all.
From a centre half, you're not going to take that one anywhere, are you?
Definitely not a penalty. I think momentum, kind of bringing the two players together, kind of played a part in that one.
Lavera, Irvi, Prang, City, Irierig, Celtic. The picket the lava no ocker or it, Goethe Gigavi achke. Ach, Hanekel Trochosha Tosha for Irierig City. Celtic with the Larashlish, Hayes Arash Clark. Jacques met Gallo. Dat is al in de lish. Dus just like go Shen. Whelan is een dol van een live glie en een live years. Je let het met lucht er niet. Hier Rash City. Met al Rash. Colleague heb ze niet goed. Zien we hier kijk hoor de mag reizen. Weer hoe Kasharak en de Celtic, maar dan ga je het de league. Dan gaan het bekend smies. Ja, was een goeie la. Zullen we van gaan nader. Oké, we wonen Celtic lei. Zo, en dan mag voor Khaled Kavanagh, wat Chloe Craig van de sport. Er een goede Horsha hoe Lauren Davidson, Jerash. Streechnerik City, maar haken nou moet. Zo Davidson en Rash is even gezegd geheen, via die. Manglu gaan we maar horen, Paul Schachketa, je mich met Gallo zijn je vanaf. Ik heb ze wat niet holletjes in de ik Davidson le Manglu, maar goede schachen wie een. Ik ga van hier zo Agnew. Met Gallo riest. Zijn we putje en natuurlijk gesveen. Dus voor een maak caprice getalen weer het wie een. Hij maar alles een bal. Hier staat. Maar hij gooit weer achter naar de pas erbij Giori. G Hicks, G Connell terug. Dat er heen is Whelan. Slightly cross words there between Lavera and Whelan because Lavera's trying to just stop her run there because she's not got the pass when she wanted it at least.
Yeah, definitely. Frustration shown there from Lavera because Emily Whelan just taking too long on the ball. Should have released it earlier because Lavera can only check her run for so long before inevitably she's offside.
Shin, got Hayes. Hoeveel dat we Shin is, hoe je er niet gaan daar hezen. Shin een nachtbus de volgende goed. Met Gallo, Schach er Hayes. En wie en Galavera, baaltje nog water hoosje hoor ik het had al twee. Gaan die merken nog hele. Kelsey Doherty, dat er een push Celtic, dat hebben we echt gezien. Lauren Davidson is zeggen het even net in de East. Haast de kwaad. Maar kutter mag ik announcen. City let daar gorm tra. Hele loderlijke voorst uit. Nog zeggen de kjaal. Lauren Davidson leert van al even jeesje East. Ga je halen met let over die. Selection loop. Hoe is er een vaart? Is het wel. Dat was zijn. Je ziet aan de netje. Agnew, Ashka Manglu, Shachater Weir, bal komt er toch in wie een Samuel en Gibson, gewoon naar Shachater. Celtic haast, Lejevalde, Gallagher. Ashka in wie een, Gibson en Jeans, geen lach tegen Hurrissen, goed en boord. Hier skipping echt gaan we again met East. This looked for a second, Joel, as if this was maybe going in just almost deceived Lee Gibson.
Yeah, it did. It was a magnificent save in the end by Lee Gibson because I think at one point, like you said, she potentially thought she had it under control and then she was kind of scrambling for it. But fantastic save in the end from Lee.
Kavanagh, like la hin er de Gallagher is ball lichen is Gallagher haast. Seach in fuchs lusje fiach in noord. Oscars nu weer val af City ach fine. Natalie Ross. Shen is meer in de park. Celtic den goalst voor de oor had Chimich de fuchs City. Partido dal gaan lijnen. De jare garage. Ak nu vehu. Hij schakelt daar is gaan nee Rossike. Gallagher fiach en weer in schakelt de fuchs is. City in China val anders. It's a slightly strange game, Joel, in that every time both teams get anywhere near the opposition box, they look like a real threat.
Yeah, it's a very strange game. It's kind of been end to end for the first 20 minutes, and like you said, not just half chances, a lot of clear-cut chances, which has made it an exciting and enjoyable game so far, Derek.
Amy Muir down again. This is maybe not a good sign, picking up the injury when Celtic scored and just picked up something else here. In City have got options. They've got Chloe Warrington who could come on. There's Megan Foley as well would be an obvious, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to continue, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Amy Muir. That's the second time she's went down in the first 20 minutes of this game. Obviously the head knock and now what looks like a lower limb injury. So, like you said, they've got Chloe Warrington, Megan Foley on the bench, who could come and
we've
do
just
a job.
seen Corey Sullivan stripped, which is another option entirely. Then more attacking player, you'd imagine. So. Well, we'll see what Leandros is planning, but that would indicate maybe a wee change of formation, perhaps.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Corey Sullivan, obviously a striker, so unless they're going to drop a player, a defensive-minded kind of midfielder into the back line, it'll be interesting to see what Leanne does.
The plan is in Guineano halvere vaincation. Corey Sullivan of Hain coalition. Miss Chiquier, I guess. Ik weet ik has de chele die Amy Muir en laat geen haast ha. De eerste unie wel moet je voorgie. Is zo. Sgaif en kan de Guineanuf wil hij dat gaan in de nagel. Alles er in nagel. Het beker Celtic er hartstikke fit. Ik het karaoke van de park. Amy Muir valt op me. Van onze Gallegorm, 3 Michel Lockjanten. Is niet aan Mosley. Gewoon je kan maar manager gezien. Ja, Corey Sullivan. Lee Jishelson hier. Ha, Sullivan Jishelson hier. Die nog koelige geworst. Sullivan le Shiatuin. Keer is een nachtbussen. Weer een keer in St. Johnston. Als ze hoors me hier eigenlijk. Hij zit al van een live glie. Verder vol. In een nieuwe klokje. Ach, wil ik klokje. Gewoon glie. En je listen, City er hard chachet gedaan. Quincy Weir er hard chachet mee in de paard. En is het korm de Celtic in de rug door de sport. Gallagher gehoord de Noas. Kele Moore naar Hui. Daar is Geshen. Nog de Kavanagh. Joe Hughes die version gedaan. Wheelen. Oerliga hij hier wel de Dutch version. Weer er hard chachet gedaan. Hij kan al laatst in de Kavanagh. Al laatst je naar Hui reist. Sa Hogan dus je weet het dat tu Celtic vision. Natuurlijk nog scrappy van dat heuvel zo. Just City in Ocean Thurston Curran. Celtic here out or she's determined to win that ball back, Brennan Lavera, because she knows she's given it away.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same. The foul has probably been her frustration from her poor touch in the first instance. But Lavera is a very physical and aggressive player, and she's a handful.
In de Machlische City, ach gehoord schachet. Hij hier kan maar versmachtjes in Lishen gemaakt. Jan Ross, I guess. Nog een keer sparring hoor ik hem atrás die games. Skipper. Nou ook Chloe Craig. Natalie Ross erin toon, Kayuri. Manglu, who is alive glee. Davidson Kaliantins, Davidson Fenley, Cassie Shachar. game vi second, Shakalachiak. And the dúas cúta uras in SPFL, Nicholas Frickin na Dundee United. Basketball had al 4 ag bar na líg in achcha, bachol gur gamer Davis is a daiche hún Shakalachiak. Agus Dala Station, City and Rangers, game more in SWPL. Na game City the heen, da game 4 cúta mach in Celtic. As a hochpan, Rangers as a league as a yay. City initiative in the road that wheeling in a line viesh. Lavera as a behind. Balskunja Lavera. Savelig Magariru. The Doherty na hoy that da urenisht. Kelsey Doherty for Celtic come as a game. As a Balskunja version of wheeling. The Shach Lavera. She deleted pass earlier, but her pass this time, Emily Whelan, was absolutely perfect into Brennan Lavera.
Inch perfect, Derek. What a pass it was. Fantastically weighted in the perfect area, and for me, that needs to be a goal.
Ik haas Nyachamach, had the heel Michigan Nyachach, heel in this right direction. You see it again here. When they have broken, City have looked really, really dangerous against Celtic.
They have, and I think that'll be key. Those transitional moments. I think when you kind of stress the Celtic backline, who 9 times out of 10 don't kind of find that stress week in, week out. I think we can Glasgow City, can try and exploit that backline.
It is a great save by Doherty. Absolutely, sort of just on a big toe almost. But Lavera will look at it again, and think I should have done better.
Yeah, take nothing away from Doherty. It was a fantastic save. She stood her ground. She got her areas correct. But like I said, it needs to be in the back of the net.
City, le cornerach it. Mas mag geen hier cornerach in Jesker. Daar hebben we Shach Geisen dan nog een goal. Maar die vochten. Zie je in de school, die is skipping in is gewoon. Maar je bent 40 geus. Vochten. Hele moer. Shach has een vuurtjes weg, maar hij wil goed te goed erin. City ha een reine vuurtjes. Terugvallen, want afwaar gun je ook maar Hitler hier zullen we van Celtic. Als je niet gevoelten, het haast de 2 keer het kookje. Steeds een vuurtje City. Gaat als we nu, dus je lichaam aan. De Shach Celtic. Oscarsen zijn 0. Gewoon een nog vast een goal en Jirik met Gallo. Davidson kan Juri Roype. Kujok's film je gammel. Dan was voor de Willy. Dan ben je schon hoort zeggen. Big chance to be accepted. Lavera gestapt. Met Kavana. Ach City kan wel nodig zo. Celtic. Dat is kutter mag reizen. Gaat er wie. Als je leert geheen hoor in de game gedaan. Carmen Hashkamar Big City. Maar heel Jarna heeft Big Celtic. Hij had de Hoshach. Get the hip. Get the van de bal is dol achter de uur Celtic. Carmen Jarna Big City. Celtic gevoeltje nog. Kavana. He's Shen Gayuri or Hoshachara. So it's only Nikita, Shachat at Partido, Shachat at Lane, Kujok. Sat the Shach of his own. The City. Most of the Mahar of Gashinianu. Joel, would you say they've gone to a 3 or not? It's kind of hard to tell exactly where Corey Sullivan's playing on that sort of back line or midfield line.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think in possession, Glasgow City are very much a 3-5-2 with Sullivan and Davidson playing as wing backs, and then out of possession it's very much a 5-3-2. So it's a tough ask for those wing backs, but you can see the intent from Leanne Ross in Glasgow City with that change.
Is it maybe a bit unfortunate for the likes of Lauren Davidson particularly? Early in the game she was really getting at Celtic in the forward area. She was beating her player, whereas since then we've largely seen her in defensive context up against Munglu.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Lauren Davidson can kind of do her defensive duties, but it doesn't play to her strengths. She's more effective and impactful in the opposition half and the final third, and we saw that in the opening moments, but Celtic for large spells of this half so far have kind of pegged Lauren back.
Clark and go Craig ik wil also should it be out Whelan should know is Jadely Grisha so somebody in this Oscarson Heineke Hoshach and Murphy Agnew is nog eens kram Laasje wegen balen ach en hof ik hier toch ook kram Fat van hoe je Heineke bal hierig You see Ross, putting him off the smack. Only he to share in a game. He had minutes and fidget, but who had Natalie Ross no toe in a game, but mal Asilian in the east, speaking minutes in the station. I know who gas, waiting Gacro from the partido is the first Lee Gibson. Zit al Shachan in Lian heen is bal ik kan avond begonnen. Zit hier wil Carmen Margarida gedaan. En Davidson chin fast gezet 3 minuten. In de loop van de Hosher is nog stop. Waarom het jaar trainen leren in de goede Shachle. Emily Whelan er is toch die. Halen dus een Celtic van de Hosher. Zoals al in het partido was hij. Voorlopig Sullivan Rianu weer val af en de Martian Kinsey weer. Craig. Daar Kelly Clark Gaimisha, Yusuf Home. Cabinet, no Craig Rish, Carmen Craig came goal earth in the set. Manglu fiach finish there cool. Joe was at the mount a higher goal yet by Chirach. What the tra the close at stay cool the city. It's toch look at in the city conclusion. Manglu yeah. Een game. Wat de Sharks toch een Manglution. City kutje koning Jeremy Muren gauw bij je de kosten goed. En dan ga je een hele Shark kosten geriest. 4 minuten station nummer 1. Zie je me hier al je. Corey Sullivan erin is naar haartje. Davidson Nishvin kan een weer naar Celtic. Shark in de vuurtje slaan. Tuurtje Nishik Lavera toch ook met Galo. Hij kan mal, ach regen is het hier afgevochten. Smacherisko Sullivan. Sullivan toonlish, Laverke vast goed van mij. Kalerischen. En het valt bij 100. Joel Celtic in the end doing relatively well defensively there when Lauren Davidson did again get a chance to run at them.
Yeah, they done well. They dealt with it. The back line, Celtic's back line, kind of been brought out of that defensive discipline, but they done well to nullify that threat that Lauren Davidson possesses.
Davidson, Shachan of Yen for nothing. Early in orange to beat. Aha, Caitlin Hayes, die ze wel think for the account. Noel got Kavanagh. That's for Agnew. Stay the goal. The goal at Brain. You call them the figure than you Agnew. Oh, Palman aan de Ries, Ross. Stay. Me and the Vukish. I guess he should not come to the East. It's another good ball in from Murphy Agnew for again the same player from which they got the goal, Natalie Ross.
Yeah, another good ball in. Agnew doing really well to get on the end of that ball, which everyone I think thought was running out. And Glasgow City defending the ball a lot better. Michaela Moore getting closer and putting Natalie Ross off the final contact.
Davidson Shachan de Fufkeselish. Kayuri in the V1. En toch die aan de Kavak. Het is een dus shin de vuur samfa. En hier is een Hanika Selemiach. Ga bij het passen van. Stokker wat ik brengen weer wel Kujaka Gries Lauren Davidson. Fijn Karim Wee. Benoord. Lauder. Moore, bal ma sinds bal ma van Moore en Ishko Davidson. Carmechkische Krieg, Karanna Heuner. De Mai Davidson nicht. True Kerr Koekner is a Vukas in Ishik City. Gary Ashka Whelan. Skilyor Ishik Celtic Ashka da. A Kavana Aum da. Kelly Clark up Kujoks. Hamay Whelan other but in Tarakich. Joel, another great ball again from Michaela Moore to get Lauren Davidson down this right-hand side.
Yeah, an incredible switch of play from Michaela Moore into that space that we spoke about earlier outside the centre backs. Lauren Davidson driving to the byline and getting a ball in, but fantastic defending there from Kelly Clark, jumping, stepping, getting her body in the line.
They did look stretched for a second, Celtic, but they did really well. They got their numbers back, they got their bodies in the right positions round that near post just to smother any ball that Davidson could get in.
Yeah, they done well to delay the momentum that Glasgow City had, because like you said, at one point it looked as if they were in behind with a chance of kind of penetrating that back line, but they done well to delay and get bodies back behind the ball.
Gibson wedi fi digon o'ch saf o'ch yn eistedd eisiau quickers again. Eisiau college ammunition, City, y torf arach yn y fal eich. Sgolch y, fi'n un byg yn achor gyda'r ainiad, Cwri Sullivan ar ôl y siach. Lain chli, ni yn y parc gwyd y fod. Yna ti'n mynd i'n yw'r efa, Sashkid. Lain chli o lein i Gian. Whelan. Linda Madchal ag ein chynnysin y does i mi fer ysgilior ga Kelsey Doherty hyn yma achos yn y hwgal Davidson i hyn fein y siach yn y gêm bygyn y farach ys nhw 5 munud yn y chai siachad There's been a bit of a shift of momentum, Joel. Is that down to just the way things go? Or is it maybe that wee tweak of shape that City have maybe applied?
Yeah, it could well be a bit of both. I think the shape has definitely helped Glasgow City. Having the two players up, kind of stressing and pressing that Celtic backline. You can see Linda and Hayley Lauder in some sort of a 10 with Maddie Fulton kind of protecting the back three. I think that has really helped Glasgow City in these last kind of 10 minutes or so.
Atarash fwy big that ball. Ma fatte mag van de goal Celtic. I guess. The Plutchik City is toch een jelig is bullig maar hier again. Geen ze weer katholieke mag van de corner. Truud Hoes van de goal. Ja. Clark, Craig, I guess Hayes. Payne, I guess Amy Gallagher en een knap. Partido coming along and she is giving a danger. Dag Puch, Gibson en er is een Gallagher. Wat een man haast. Maak nu het tot gelaar, kan je die geven. Zo krijgen van, dan ga ik gelaar kunnen liggen. Kom op smeerlijpje. Kijk eens. Gaan hier, kom maar met huilen, kan je krijgen. Sinds je chili gaan goal voor je prien met je weten. Ga dus beginnen door die kader is je hu. Dan kan je prep finish weer kunnen. Dan kan je dit, gaat die Jurie. Smashen, een chance af kunnen verder wel. Shin, escaping up Partido. Working Gallagher. Gallagher in Generash, Shachan again, Barracks, Hippishin, and Gnatli Ross. Lauren Davidson in the ball, Ashka City. Ashka Lee Gibson. Fulton, Foy Bishin, Oscarson. Genemashin. Zijn we nu wat de wijk Yuri Janevs, nach Turin Manglu staat tegen de Jan. Whelan. Balman is bekken nu niet heel laat, passen goed is. Tilly is komen zo geniaal nu. Get de waar, wat keer Jerry met Cody Sullivan. Nach terrein pullig maken jaar, Lisje Warra. Celtic er weer mollig naar de vlog. Lentin hier weet je niet meer. Kijk gewoon. Barak is Barak. Gewoon kijk schachten. Kijk de koers goed Miller weer van deze. Ik neem me geen keer. Spikschen, pakken die skippen in vijf maar is ik. Ach, smoorschen, pakken die maar waar koers. Schwak in de zo'n jacht game, mag ik een hele deze. Oei, pik. Jennifer Dowse, zijn drummer aan, hoe is Golden stand. Chevron. He's. I shouldn't establish a double look on the media of Varrock, a Shorda. City. Kavanagh. Pushach at the Fulton, Kna Ferrest. Grish, Gien van Batgalo. Hierdie hal Bakusik City. Batgalo nish hippie. Shouldn't have liked Davidson nach. Hij was niet gegaan, got it. Davidson is in de Monglu. Davidson Jenny Ma, bal kortdag. Wheeling the east. It's in the shack and the Gushi who are ruttig in the Selimi. Silver, the Jean Poo, Celtic, Amy Gallagher, Irrelaka, the Cody Sullivan. We highlighted earlier that Lauren Davidson hadn't been much of an attacking threat, but that's really changed in the last 10 minutes. And that ball was maybe just fractionally high, but still a dangerous and promising opportunity.
Yeah, it certainly was. She's definitely been a threat in the last kind of 5 moments or so. And you know Lauren Davidson is going to do that kind of shift from left to right and go the byline, but even though you know she's going to do it, Derek, it's so hard to defend against.
Weir and Ashka Gibson. Fulton. Richard Davidson. Davidson Shachadar ar east. Shachadar Manglu. Kavanagh in null hiike. Hanai Bullachown. Corrim shot. Harward. Wheeling fun of all. Nuarat. I guess ball. So much matter. Wicke Shackley Davidson. They're having chances, City, Joel, but they're not taking them.
No, they're not. Another fantastic drive and run from Lauren Davidson and fantastic ball into the box. But like you said, City really need to start taking these chances. However, they are finishing the half strong, which I'm sure will please their manager, Leanne Ross.
Well, one criticism from Leanne Ross against Hearts last week was that they created, I think she said, nothing more than once. Brynn Oliveira did have a good chance against Hearts. They should probably win the game with that one chance, but they've certainly created chances here. 5 or 6 times they could have gone ahead.
Yeah, they certainly have created chances tonight. They just need to be a bit more ruthless and a bit more clinical.
I say they could have gone ahead. Had they scored any of them, they could have then gone ahead, perhaps. They could have gone ahead early. Celtic remain ahead. Talking Yannick Celtic. Serve rep me in the park. City gyda Gallagher. I'r pennesach yn ddrysu. Casted o'ch yn y mach. Lauder. Vera van de Wallaert, ik mag go wheelen, ik Noas ga hees, ik nu je shine je val heb gedai heens kreeg. Chesse van de skivele. Dat is Vera Kai, de meer Kelly Clark Garish, de bal van de hikke. Sullivan. Bal ik hem af afskurren. Smakker we Kamal soon in the game. Keelan Wood. Here's a liner. Halko ESK say shot. What? Makasawad, shouldn't it? Kavanagh. Mangloonish Fane. Stay called the Davidson jig. Joe Hua Kujok of Davidson Junimasa J. Sonic City visa. Hi Junima. No, Davidson. So she is a line of Shanach. Fa some chickishin. I call this a Mangloo Groi. Finish the year cool. This is one aspect of the women's game, Joel, where maybe there's a bit more development than there is in the men's game in terms of how you play the ball out from the back. We're seeing it more and more in the men's game too, with these short goal kicks they're allowed to take these days, but it's kind of, I'm old school, my heart's in my mouth the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I like it though. As you say, you're seeing it more and more in the women's game and the men's game, and it just creates that overload. It just gives you sometimes that bit more kind of I don't know, patience on the ball in those moments. But yeah, I like it. I don't mind it at all, and I think it's great to see Glasgow City have the confidence to do it.
Partij door zijn heen. Moeder de vlieg gesport de Spaanse gebied. Rossenisch. Rossich in het uit. Agnew en live glie. Als er in de mag is, zo Celtic count de smuantje is in. Agus yn chwrm yr i'r fel afar. Ile siachad a cha 5 munud yn y farach yr eich olas gofiagin. Mae'n cha 1 miwr y gors dy chyrach ys yn fawr chwyd chyn ysyn, dawr fai ffein cwfrym. Nian mos gynrwy'n ach a torstie nar nŵr, yr Sullivan ys na hatche. Davidson nes yr is ystau ys chwld y cafan ar nŵr ys Cwsrwy'n yn eich gael wyl yna, a lafer a chyn, a be'n bal y biar gyda, mae'n chalw yn eich gahwgal. Cwrnig Karen, Shen, as y jai, gaeliantyn, mae'n glw am cwjoc, mae'n chalw ar y camel y falafwyd gyda, Oscar sy'n gan i fi ein. Gymach, gwrdd yn cael am nŵr, iemig i, dyn y ceinj achos y sy'n, bain i ceinj i gynwyr i hygge, a chwyr i ffat y cwsir y fal y sy'n. Another just opening for City down this right-hand side. Lauren Davidson getting away, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't maybe the best ball into the box this time.
It wasn't. No, she tried to find the cutback. I think she held on to the ball too long. There was an opportunity to play it into that channel in front of the goalkeeper, behind the defenders, along the 6 a little bit earlier, and I think that would have caused Celtic a bit more stress than the ball she eventually played.
Davidson in a pennis of them. Harikarash, recognition at Manglu. Ross. Oscarson's yn nôl ar Rosiach yr Manglu. Oscarson's wir is mŵr. Clwych mae'r llwyr gyma drych. Sullivan's Davidson yn mwyn y cleich yn wisg. Imagine Ceredd mae'r ahos i gael y mŵr yn waith chli. Oscarson. Gamas o'r Davidson yn sy'n allai. Mae ffat y fwy pe, sŵrwynioch. Siach yr is, y Celtic. I clwy Craig yr is yr yrd, yr son y gwal. Sian yr y pennes yr ysyn. Gors Kutjokik Brenna Levera Rash as y leich geheen Slwyddoch y geri Ys a sien y fein Fachgol Bwna reitir it Ers o'n y fi Cymyl y dol y seil mi Siach bwloch ys yn yr ein i'r Levera Kinsey wir Yr yrd Ni yn gaifi Na'r y fys Ac ys a cwod trich gys munig Ball gosh in the man, show it all up it. Here he is at that Everton. Kinsey Weir. Sullivan. minutes. Can you hear the shot goal? Shot off to Celtic. And the Maddie Fulton College. Chael Caffac Celtic show goal. John O'Clear chicken ictiri here the show. Chosk Selimi. So Trevi for Parakin Pina has City. As in hit minute you shach het stochen. Alonso. Goal joch. Chinnakin joch Gilligu. On the Joe Stitch and Goal Shachs. Corny Stuart Horsh in the clue here in the Ross. Kus roat unishin, ik wil hele loda. She did the hand. City nish wel het again Cormillan, de spitcherig hier het lichaam. Daniel, schafte Caitlin Hayes staat er gerode. Hayes gewaartje in de machtlich van de goal. Hij geschint jirig. Hier het Celtic er Horsha geduldig. Natalie Ross is she a minute. Was City het Horsha maak hip hele loder in jirig. Tosha game is a vintage van Ocean Cormick Lauren Davidson as a J. A chuir was an Ocean Toll. Hep Celtic Toll the lane. A shinna de gu gasket a an Ocean. And the economy of Piarashation at Glasgow City. Maar shin gaan jullie kuset dan skip into de genoeg Toll. I guess a cushion. Well, het is nog een pull gaast. As a Darnell there show on Nars 3.
Sinead Mahar son hier play agus a lavan ocher I can you this ag Celtic a game chown ahead of on asan a bunyik Celtic a hun gunyoni ag leach unya. Joel, what a first half went by in a flash. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, we spoke before the game about wanting a competitive game and an exciting game, and we've certainly had that in the first 45.
Absolutely, and Glasgow City, they got out of the trap so quickly. A couple of great chances for them. Hayley Lauder with a header in the end, but it was a really good start from City. This was in the first minute.
Yeah, it was a fantastic start from Glasgow City, and like you said, from the very first whistle, they put Celtic on the back foot, and Hayley Lauder, who isn't known for her aerial ability, gets on the end of a fantastic cross.
And then this was only about a minute later, coming in the left-hand side this time, and it was Lauren Davidson picks the ball up here, and it was actually a really good save from Kelsey Doherty.
Yeah, it was a fantastic save in the end. Lauren Davidson doing well to work the opportunity, but another chance, this time, like you said, from the left-hand side for Glasgow City in those early opening stages.
Now, in my notes, I wrote down great start for City, but then 2 minutes later, on the 5th minute, Celtic go up the park themselves and score the goal. And it was great play down the left-hand side from Meng Lu, driving to that byline, as she always does, dropping it back to Murphy Agnew, and then lofted the ball in for Natalie Ross.
Yeah, it's been a great battle down this side between Lauren and Menglu, but like you said, a fantastic ball into a dangerous area. Great header from Natalie Ross, directing it back across the 6, across Lee Gibson's goal. But I think Glasgow City will be disappointed at the way they've defended that ball into the box.
Yeah, and as I think you mentioned it as well, Natalie Ross, she's actually been in and out of the team this season a wee bit as well, and not known for heading ability, but really good header back across the goal.
Really good header, and very brave actually as well. She knows she's under a bit of pressure, knows that Amy Muir's coming on our blind side, but still willing to put her head on the line where it counts.
Amy Muir, of course, picked up an injury kind of during that. She did play on for about 10 more minutes, but then went off. Corey Sullivan came on. How did that maybe affect the game?
Yeah, I think it affected the game massively. I think the shape change, the enforced shape change for Glasgow City has kind of helped them in a positive aspect. It's allowed them to play 2 players up front against the Celtic back 3. It's allowed them to play 2 kind of high 10s in the wing back. So I think unfortunately for Amy Muir it has helped Glasgow City.
Well, then Celtic nearly doubled their lead. It was a corner, and it was, I suppose, what were your thoughts on this overall? Yourself and Derek weren't sure at the time. Pertido apparently foul on the keeper. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, at the time I thought it was quite soft, if I'm being honest. However, looking back, she does kind of, she obviously stands her ground. I don't know, it is a soft
Goalkeepers
one.
are
It is a soft
endangered species always. But of course then City of course come back into the game. How impressed have you been with them in this first half? Because they do have a bit more of a spring in their step maybe?
Yeah, I've been extremely impressed. I think it could have been easily for them to crumble, to kind of set a mid and low block, but they haven't done that. They've went behind and they've still tried to search for that opening. And like I said, it's been a fantastic battle between Lauren Davidson and Mengley down this side.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see Davidson even more right now. 2 early chances for Glasgow City, and then 2 great chances as well, halfway through the half and then near the end. And you said it in commentary, Lavera should really score here. Yeah,
absolutely. If I'm a Glasgow City player, if I'm Lavera's teammate, I'm really frustrated because it needs to be in the back of the net. It needs to be a goal.
Lauren Davidson down the right-hand side here. I mean, she's been such a menace, a thorn in the side of Celtic, and it was a great ball in for Whelan.
Yeah, a lot of Glasgow City's attacking threats and opportunities have come down this right-hand side, and like you said, a fantastic ball from Lauren, and Emily Whelan unfortunately just can't get over the ball enough to keep it down.
From a Celtic point of view, they have the lead at the moment. They'll be in the semi-final, going to the next round of the competition. But will Fran Alonso be happy with the overall performance?
I don't know. I don't think he will be that happy. He'll be happy that he's obviously in front. However, he won't be happy at the lack of opportunities that Celtic have created. He's used to them creating a lot of opportunities. I think coming to the game tonight, I expected players like Amy Gallagher, Colette Kavanagh to kind of be seeing a lot of the ball, and Glasgow City have done well to kind of nullify their threat.
Has that been kind of down to the 2 forward players, Lavera and Whelan there? Is that them maybe pressing on? Because we know Caitlin Hayes especially loves that long ball over the top, searching for the likes of Amy Gallagher. Caitlin Fersky, of course, is on the bench tonight, but Glasgow City have nullified that threat from Celtic.
I agree. I think, like I said, change of shape. The 2 strikers have stopped Celtic doing what they want to do. Caitlin Hayes loves to step beyond that front press. She loves to play the diagonal ball, the reverse pass into the middle of the pitch, and Celtic have done well to press them high and stop any balls coming in centrally.
Leanne Ross, we spoke about Celtic, but Leanne Ross, she was wanting a reaction from her players here tonight. It seems that she's gotten it. How do you think she'll be looking ahead to the second half?
Yeah, I think she'll be happy in large parts with that first 45. I think she'll be looking to add more attacking threat and be a bit more ruthless and clinical in and around the 18-yard box.
See what happens in the second half. Ach, Lea Junius and others aking draste. Has je een tolle glintje voor een klichtje erin. Ike Celtic hij de wengi en nog ach gejera hij het hoorschele brak en tezen ze schouwgeef maha Jenny Smith.
I'm Jenny Smith. I play in centre mid. I play for Celtic in Scotland. I was approached by Hearts when I was at Pennycook. Obviously I didn't have a team because the team had folded, but I went there when I was 14, and then I was at the first team when I was 15, so I was there for about 6.5 years. I think it was challenging, but I think I was ready at that age, and my coach noticed it in training. I was only at the 15s for about 4 months until I was at the first team, but it was a good challenge. I didn't expect it at such an early age, but I think it was a good stepping stone in my career for it to be as at a young age for me.
Obviously there was a lot of big moments in that Hearts team winning the SWPL 2 title. Can you sum up some of your highlights of your time at Hearts?
Yeah, definitely when we won the league and stuff, but I think going for not having winning trophies before and having that experience with those people, and that was really good. And it was a lot of inspiring people in the team I've grown up with throughout the years.
Siwigi noch gyda'r son barach eith Kate Tourist a Hearts, Glwys Smith Celtic a Stawrig, a fine Kate Hunat, profession to Eich Gydiev.
There was talks me going to Celtic a couple of times. It was obviously a difficult decision, but I think it was a time for me to move from part-time to full-time and be in that environment. It was obviously exciting, but I think the pressure, the team is a big club and they look for high expectations, and I was just looking to bring my talent to that. I think at Hearts I was maybe not challenged as much as I could have at the age I was, but I think now is a good time for me to get challenged, and you're competing for your place in the team and for your shirt. I've obviously had loads of different coaches in my career, but Fran has been really good with me.
What is it he expects from you as a player in terms of your own play style and your abilities?
Just kind of working hard. I think I bring that energy to the midfield. I was starting out as a winger, but I was transferred into midfield, but I'm glad that I did. I've played centre mid before. When I was at Hearts I was a number 10 sometimes, and then I was winger, so I've had that experience with being in the middle before. I do prefer being in the middle, yeah. I've got obviously a couple of years on my back here, so I'm just looking to develop as much as I can here.
And domestically it's been an excellent start to life in SWPL this season, only the one loss so far. How much have you enjoyed it?
It's good to be in a team that you're winning and challenging every week, and it's been good in terms of working hard for everyone, and yeah.
when you were really early into your Celtic career, you had experience of the Champions League for the first time. Obviously, you scored in that second leg against Vålerenga. Can you just try and sum up that feeling of scoring in the Champions League and then what followed after that?
It was obviously really exciting, but I think the day was full of emotions. We thought we were going to win and we didn't, and I think the team worked really hard, but we just obviously couldn't get the outcome we wanted.
How tough was that for you, sitting on the bench, watching penalties, obviously scoring the goal and getting taken off?
It was hard. Obviously wanted to contribute to it and help the team kind of finish off the game, but it kind of goes one way with a flip of a coin. So.
Leis go más a bhaid Giannu tras a désan, agus le clichatar an a leit Caroline Weir agus Sam Kerr I the Gorstachu. Huath Smith garam bón skip in Ashanta is on a hia duad I the BS Chai.
I was shocked, but I think it was a really exciting time. Like, it's my first of, I hope, many caps to come. And obviously I've been with the 23s and just my first time with the first team there, but I think it's a really good moment for me. I think it's one of those moments where you just need to go at it and kind of give it your all. A lot of the players have got experience within the team. It's just in a really challenging environment and you want to be around that. You're aspiring to be those players, and I think when your chance comes, when obviously the players have been injured, and when your chance comes you need to take it by the hand and go for it.
The coit I ddirt ha Smith Dania gusarbach a colony in Tazensa.
We do want to win the league. I think it's one thing that we're missing, and we're hoping to do that this season. It'd be good to lift a bit of silverware with the team.
Gaibh Maha, Jenny Smith, agus well mar Hishing, and then Kit Lefersky, the Blachug Suas and the Henderson Celtic. Clicker I the lay Hutter Machaivs and Agasul, and noch Gisha Sadarnale. Well told Joel Haskell, Joel reflecting there on the VT, great VT, and it was Jenny Smith, of course. Will she be disappointed not to start here tonight, given the great start to the season she has had?
Yeah, I think she'll be disappointed. Very unfortunate that she doesn't start tonight because, like you said, she's had a fantastic start to the season, and yeah, can be disappointed that she didn't find herself in the starting lineup tonight.
She did find herself in the Scotland squad though, and made her debut. We were there on the night against the Netherlands. Scotland did lose that night, but she'd be delighted with that. You know, getting the call up originally, of course, as well, but just playing.
Yeah, a very proud moment for Jenny and her family, and I think a deserved call-up on the back of, like we said, a very good and positive start to the season with Celtic.
Do you remember your debut with Scotland?
I don't. I don't actually. We were just speaking about it. My memory's terrible, but I don't remember it.
No, I think it was against Belgium. I read that definitely. But reading back, looking ahead to the second half, Jenny Smith potentially might be appearing for Celtic. One player we just saw there warming up, Kit Lefersky, and she'll be a welcome addition for Fran Lonzo.
She will be a welcome addition, and I think she'll provide a different entity. She's got pace to burn, so I think if Caitlin Hayes has that time and space on the ball, she will be looking for Kit Lefersky in the back, in behind Glasgow City's high line.
Absolutely, and we can have a look now at the other fixtures in this round of the SWPL Cup, the Sky Sports Cup as it's known nowadays. Partick Thistle going up against Montrose, Hibernian going against Dundee United, and Rangers going up against Buttermuir Thistle. Looking then, you can put your Hibs hat on just now, Joelle. Hibs going up against Dundee United. On paper, from the outside, I suppose, an easy game for Hibs, but it would be anything otherwise. Dundee United are a tough team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be anything but. We obviously went up there midweek a couple of months ago and came away with a draw. They frustrated us. They were very disciplined and compact, and they've obviously coming off the back of a fantastic result midweek against Spartans. And
of course, you're out just now with an injury, but you're hoping maybe to get some minutes on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. This week's been my first full week being reintegrated with the squad, thankfully, because it's been a lot of kind of isolated individual running, which is not my strong point. So, yeah, I'm hopeful that I can be back in the matchday squad this weekend.
And you'd imagine, looking ahead to the other fixtures on Sunday, Rangers going up against Buttermuir Thistle. On paper for Rangers, it looks like maybe an easier tie for them against Buttermuir Thistle.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'll see Rangers maybe resting, maybe rotating a lot of players, and maybe Jo Potter trying something that she would like to see. But you never know, and no disrespect or discredit to Buttermuir. I think they will be a very disciplined team under their manager Andy Enwood. So yeah, it could be a surprise.
Looking then at the final quarter-final tie, Partick Thistle against Montrose. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think we obviously just down from Montrose at the weekend there on the back of a heavy defeat for them. But I don't think that that result done them the credit they deserve. They're a very disciplined team. They're a team that like to come out and attack, but also are very compact in their defensive roles. So I think that will be a close game, but Partick Thistle are a really well-oiled team under Brian Graham. I think Partick Thistle play the way that Brian plays, very aggressive, very physical and very technical. So I think that will be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, interesting games all around on Sunday. Looking ahead to the second half here in this quarter-final tie, can the players keep this going with potentially extra time, penalties as well?
Yeah, they need to, especially from a Glasgow City perspective. Cup competitions mean at the end of the 90 minutes or the 120 minutes is either in or out, and Glasgow City and Celtic both want to be the team that are in. So from a City perspective, they absolutely need to keep it going.
Thank you for now, Joel Marachishu on the Hin, Lauren Davidson, Hayley Lauder, fine Jay Shellerson, Darna Lay, Hitching the Dashanul, Guanya Kadish, Derek Mackay.
Tablat Vikel. Let's keep in the Mochki, Beckerwick. Russia the Fark, Michaela Moore is Kenzie Weir. Van Rotteken nog reeds nog echt erin is. Toosje Genarle, die zit de klukje. Kleine kulia. Shen, Faraki Noor, Kaas, Chloe Craig, Haas, Khaled Kavan, Holtenjak, Faraki Noor, Chinamachari, Selimi. The call is on it. Hanat de Varishin, get that. The block your region Garster. Arorichin, Celtic. Maar gewoon een Kitleverski, ik kom nog hoog. Zie je dat hier Selimi. Shen Murphy Agnew. Should the Hays again can you? Khakharich me khamach kimi has Shalig kill Argentine to Glasgow City. Akshit Kitleverski, Chinere Fark. Michelle Nightowl irritation. Kusho of the leagues and then the Champions League. Nirevi Leverski, it Naj Agnew. Kola Pre Agnew van nu. At the present. Quick of this, your lady Muir Var coming Navaris. Leverski. Lefehu. Seven kit in his finished. Yeah, here again, Natchet Arvin Herikit. She goes. Reptorschi Narnelet and Archie Migalacher. I guess Celtic Tishel because Arkutketal. Still a waiter in Isch. I guess Celtic Kenny. Tolkien Jonier Hoshach. She here yet. Tolk Natalie Ross. She Amanagin different than a skipping finish up. Celtic is well as in the East. Picking the initiation. City will cut him in the shore. I guess at the Chinishach in the game, Barak is Barak. That's a heatly version of the word. Michael, I guess you like a good show golf go. Uine Barak, extra times, but in tennis, maybe Shinigi, I can use it. Should Celtic give us a tough Jan Nat, Jan Volde, Jan Diaz, Capite, Jan Estrish, Capite Sound, and the seconds. There's a year for sure enough. The dog, Celtic. Kevin and Hack, skipping. Ik denk maar ook, het is een nummer 8, is de prachtige huis, cool standischen. Lovera. Ja, ik zit koud getaald, vaak een gorm ik partij doen in je rördlich. Partij dus tru dan Orange te michelen. Gies gelient in je mag. En ik leeg, ze Spaans of haaslische waal, dat je nu maar niet eens gaan man. Als je nog een genatelijk was. Hees. Gewoon niet gekocht met zich als Celtic. Van Alonso. Doelige was en houden de verhouden moldige skippers en de walde gemaakt ras. Kost de ras van de gules en olgen en een glie. Hadden we dat eerst gehouden. Wat Gallo. Ras, Kenzie Weir, Gibson en Jean. Die heen is Weir. Kan de vijf de hele zins doorzen. Carl Furch in de hele. Asko, Troy Craig, Joel Murray at Ash corner. Joel, as a central defender, what's your view on that one? Kenzie Weir kind of in the end has to deal with it. If she feels she's not certain that Gibson's coming, she needs to do it.
Yeah, she needs to deal with it. I think obviously a breakdown in communication between Kenzie Weir and Lee Gibson there, but thankfully it didn't come to anything for Glasgow City.
Kit Lafersky straight swap clearly for Murphy Agnew, and obviously final also feeling that either something's missing or that maybe Agnew had a wee problem, who knows.
Yeah, you never know. I didn't think Agnew done too bad. She didn't have a lot of service, to be fair, but Kit Lafersky been missing the last few weeks due to injury. Up until that point, she's been doing fantastically well, so I think Fran will be happy to get her back into the fold tonight.
Right in het, daar bij kopper de ma heb je door me hier gehoor die tuin. Er is een oorzaak niet. City fijn komen nu weer te de noord. Goed put je show. En de goede draag. Twee wielen in de hand. Hier is laat van ons. Die scoort job. Geen krikkeljoren. Ik die daar. Gaan je verder houden? Had je acht van de kaumsemi. Zullen we? Dan is cadeau steken joh. Deze jammer Jessachi. Ik leer slier. Nies waar je de woord Kit Lafersky in het heel meer gekeken uit op de mager. Ook zie je niet van maat. Op de mager. Vollink pakken naar de heestje. Oscarson naar de pennis division. Kloeg er niks Celtic kamal in de Javanite rakeries. Kan priestje hier minnaatje in Darneliesse. Een goed gemaakt. Lou, dus alleen. Arash go Lafersky. Eisiau ffollaf yn eisiach yn y ffwcus. Bal Arash yn gyhwl. Skipper Celtic, Kelly Clark. Cwyl yn dyn waith o'ch ar y mission mael i'ch oedd Craig, Chai Mael, Gymilog i'r cafana, le ffwt yn gyda. Agus bi Cormac Celtic, bal o'ch oedd gan y ffwcus mae hwgrasad. Ac yw Clark. Agus Hayes, agus Craig, it's in Suez van de Golder Han. Shin the goes I guess Celtic. Ook net een keer in de kodel. Maar voor en liggen is het niet uit. Hayes de misk. He's a hura, and he's a hura. Kenzie Weir hura on the back away to it. Called me cynical, but when somebody's smiling that much when they've just got one a corner, I'm not always sure that they think they should have got the corner.
Yeah, I think you're right. And if you're the opposition player, it makes you really mad.
He is at east as a VI. If they involve Hoodis and Natalie Ross. Gibson who will love it. Cassis on his track. And Paul with Celtic. Amy Gallagher. The love and nod. San de hoogtje Giesje. Skulle det daar geen weg van de Leide. Kind first in City. Spel van first in Celtic. Chappal maar aan kunnen we aan. Dan ik Gibson Kelly English. Not for the first time Lee Gibson under huge pressure there on their own goal line. Celtic at full, just exactly where Celtic would want it to.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest goal that Amy Gallagher will score all season, a tap-in, but she's in the right place at the right time, and like you said, Glasgow City really struggling with those deliveries right on top of Lee Gibson.
It's a tough one. What can City do differently there. It's, you know, it's a ball right on top of the goalkeeper, and unless your goalkeeper, I suppose, is big enough to dominate the box like that, it's really hard to deal with.
It is really hard. I think the only thing that you can do, Derek, is stop it at source. Try and not give away the corner. Do all you can to avoid a set piece like that.
Laferski, Craig Gibson. Snap onder zijn zuur, Rasha dus een kutje vier in je corner around. Van misschien kutje gewoon. Ik kan down. Loder, Rashka Muller. Lavera. Loder de Nisch. Joe Skill for Healy Loder. He's watching Machas again. He's Maskill. Sullivan. Yuri Rish for Loder. He's larger as Newsy. He can has. He can City get Lavera. City fiach me Fruckerdeen. Loer en Narnethal of Celtic. Hippad. We zeggen Celtic or a Hoshoch. Door dat ik in haast. Lavera, het goede Loder. Go Sullivan, go Loder de Riest. City kan hamal, Celtic kan hamal maag. Shinishar, Sullivan is steun goal, bal kloortag. Corner bizarre for Hayes. City get that Kuripi on it. They almost got an instant response when they went behind in the first half. Joel, City desperate to get a goal back quickly here.
Yeah, it was a really good passage of play there from Glasgow City, and like you said, on the back of a disappointing moment, they've picked themselves up and they've managed to play on the front foot again.
Morning ice and Ian Picher Celtic it has in the doi. So Celtic had some for Ian Picher kan nille. Nou, de vlugger in Schmickel der Kelsey Doherty. Bal der wel Rashka heel logic gedaan. Ishker Hamal. Clark bal de Hess decision. A Brennel Lavera gave a Christian Hess decision bucket. I guess should fall off for Cass Sullivan. And in more than attack of the shop. Joel, we questioned, well I questioned, was it a corner or not? It's kind of maybe off both. That's a hard one to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how you decide who gets what there, because I think the ball comes off both players and then.
And it's a hard one for City because the decision goes against them. The goal comes from it, and they've got a mountain to climb now. 2-0 down. Okay, there's time in their hands, but they need to create chances again as they did in the first half, but take one this time.
Yeah, I think, like you said, if there's a silver lining, they do have time to rectify those mistakes, but they also need to be clinical and ruthless in those kind of attacking third moments as well.
Gallagher, hier Laferski wil ze hier Gibson in de macher aan. Die daarnaast de. Get hij niet voor een piece in de haartje en skip in de hal op de stoffen. Dat zijn die keer. Geen kormenisch zit in de schach en de scoort. Stoch Gemoering Gibson weer pakken de Piari in van de Valard. Dat komt tegen Makla Marvin vorig jaar met Kinsey weer pakken zijn Noorse huutje gaan Gallagher. Als een naar het hele goed. Aardig hele Chi City King Kozak. Kacholo Kuju Jele Kujo. Over de behoud. He's zoals alleen de partido was jij, Kele Muur. Daar staat Skijner Ashley heen. Hij voor Ipi keta, Laferski, de goed voor Ipi. Als je op Prisje genischt, Manglu in de wijn, van wel Riest. Was het een nerd voor in de park. Ik heb twee, gaan de willen. Partido. Nu was het goede Laferski van de geld met Gallagher, zijn kormik. Heel Lorde, het goedje maakt van de goal. City. Achterin Brennel Lavera Kali in de lish. City est fait eux. Là, je me dis à nous. Illegale verlicht. Da hwyl Giag yn Hazen. Celtic. Gibson. Gystad sy'n lwyn eich. Cael ei cafan ag olas i eich. Bydd i'n norsyn gymig eich asgol ciol o'ch eisiau sy'n gyda'r asgol mewn y parc. Sy'n gyda'r hwnnw rhaid i lod sy'n rhaid i. Dwi'n sy'n clifa y galach ar eisiau. Dwi'n stad y siach. A City agos yn gorym gaif. Da rhwch i fi anw. A Maddie Fulton y falaf. Agos Charlotte Ward lodging sydd yn mi fam. Chynny, y siach. Nacha Foley. Agos Kinga Kozak. Chynnyr y Nacha Linda Matchalo. Kozak agos Wardlow ma. Chynnyr y Nacha Fulton agos Matchalo. City Celtic are check up 2 midfield changes there, Joel, by Leanne Ross. Maybe just looking for a bit more energy in there.
Yeah, a bit more energy, fresh legs, of course. Kinga Kozak, another one who is extremely creative. So looking probably for her to produce something in the final third.
Kozak gyfawn, y look. Cael Cavanagh yn, y crwch yn inch, sy'n ei lyg o'r gyfar. Celtic yr ffalofn o'i Hamilton, dyr yna i'r Iachgyn, as yn SWPL. City. Ik en die Rangers. Shakin van de Zabin. Nog. Sander Kuchten is SWPL aan naar Sky Sports Cup. Zo'n BBC Lappen. Televisie af Turkije. Hier het garstel voorzien nog een narpisch. De drieën kan van de Zabin. City de Celtic of hij horen. Ik kan hier zitten. Maar die issue. De Celtic is aan. Ik begin er Joel agus Michael Brinig. Yeah, actually a part of Thistle and I'm Montrose, Hibs and Dundee United. Agus Rangers and Boroughmuir Thistle. Celtic is City leis game betor puring of Iachke gewoon. Ach ik hier is het. Celtic is haar het en we should do one a haro de nog. Weet je wie het reality? City are tall in the Seat Vintage. Maar we Cormac go Healy Lauder, nu is 3 minutes in. So Cormac go Aaron Davidson. Should Celtic weer hier ik zeg Cormac de weer het werken zo net als hier het. So dan je dat ga je doen het. De Cormac de weer kieters gedaan. That's perhaps one thing that Leanne Ross certainly won't be happy with in this second half, that City really haven't created that many chances. Not least they've gone a further goal behind, but they haven't done that much to threaten Kelsey Doherty.
No, they haven't done that much at all in the first 15 minutes of the second half, Derek. And like I said at half-time, a cup competition, at the end of the game you're either in the tournament or out of the tournament, so City can't afford to be holding anything back.
Gaan jullie dan eens dat Davidson en Ashke Lodger, ik ga Ashke Sullivan haast. Sullivan le troch hoog meerig. Agus hees geen je val af, hij is mee holletje, en maar hacherschen ulig. Zat gehard schachet er al live glie, Lauren Davidson en Connord. Jullie Lodger le search in de park is in geheen. Haas en is Lauren Davidson. Manglu mag naar haartje. Davidson, ik kan me het al. Schachet er G, schach. Gaan wij gunnen wel de Horsig en Kelly Clark. Oscarson. Kumlini Pierre Manglu. Arjan Ukliv aan de hui. Er is aan de Celtic in de bal. Ik ga niet piach. 110 aan de Lien Orange. So just a wee flash of frustration a few moments ago from Caitlin Hayes unhappy with the way Celtic had just given the ball away in their own half, and Lauren Davidson nearly made them pay.
Yeah, she nearly capitalised on that, and I think that shows you the type of player that Caitlin Hayes is, someone who constantly demands high standards from her teammates, and when she doesn't get that, she'll get on their back like we saw there.
Trying to the hall off Brenna Levera, Junugama, Shin Hayes, Period, Gallagher, Sinead, when weird Glima, Sula Ravalas, Gallagher, Fiachman Féin is there, Kodu, Davidson, Fargo Kavanagh Alar, Sabal, Kassan Féin, Whelan Nish, but Gallner Haley Lauder, Lauder Machan Alive Clee, Sullivan, Truris of Hukes, Kerr, Ganisha City, Balachan of Osterg, that continuation, Kelsey Doherty, American of Jaylee Grishkama. It's a wee bit brighter from City these last couple of minutes, but the ball into the box, not great from Sullivan that time. Equally, maybe Lauren Davidson a few minutes ago, not quite getting the pass into the middle as she would wanted.
Yeah, a little bit brighter, like you said, but they do need to tidy up those last moments of the build, of the phase of play, because when you work so hard to get into the final third, you need a better execution of the ball, you need a better cross into the box, and that last moment there from Sullivan just wasn't good enough from a Glasgow City perspective.
Lord Lockery, Pierre, Natalie Rossishin, James Kozak Gadinyed, Stan Buckingham, Shin Khai Spoor Jacke Haas, the cruise pattern again, Gahanadu. Davidson is Féin Chunishin, and once a Mihaly Chile, and a Cluche, Brishigater, Idish, Cluchter, Sheen of Hicket. Shin Glue. La first keer één, je gaat mee, naar de bal. Je should nog eens geven corner als je should nog gaan. Dan eentje niet. Amerika nog heel. Dan zag ik nooit. Hier Celtic beginnt de schak in de schak. Should go on the weir. Kiri Roskers in de shin. Zijn die maat zo nog. Gibson Kiri Tor heen, ach Rainy Gemaha. Wardloff en Kjam Genishinach. Gamegi Gelor It. Was dan een goed goal. Lavera Genoy. Je mag een Krieg. Kavanagh. Terug de Galar. Le Wardlow. Colette Kavanagh feeling that one there, Joel, your former teammate of course. She settled in quite well to Celtic here, having been at Rangers latterly.
Yeah, she has settled in really well here at Celtic. As you say, a former teammate of mine.
She's not the only one on the pitch, there's quite a few of them.
There is indeed, unfortunately. But yeah, Colette's a fantastic player. She's a player that very much plays off the cuff, which at times was frustrating as her teammate, but what she gave you in those frustrating moments, she also gave you moments of magic.
In de volgende game. Celtic in de normering gaan die gedaan skippig. Terwijl de 7 minutes verjierig. En ze gaan Jori East. Kunnen ze weer er nog klaar. Gary Gewaaf. De train. Hij hier is. Dat kan wel aan is. Ik kan niet ergens in huis gedaan. En dus kunnen we later. Is that coached for centre defenders now these days, Joel? The minute you feel a hand in your back in the box, you go down. I think you just learn it anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I think you learn it. It's, do you call it intelligent play? I don't know, because I'm always wary that you go down and you don't get it.
Yeah, there's always that chance, isn't there? I mean, I think the ball was relatively safe there, but yeah, if you do go down, you don't get the decision, you look really daft.
You definitely do.
Vera, Hugson of Nurse Commander Brayach. The G, Shimmy Hollerit, Partidos Hayes, Henry Callas. Fico, Clucky the Rezoid, get a far, Selmy. Open the G, Espanchach. Friends, 3 games in the Drastic Celtic. Maar we nog eens, maar we Real Madrid, we nog eens. Serieus het aan de Spanchich. Caroline Weir, de jachtkitse, aan de mag maar haar goed er in de league vat. Dat is Spanje, ik Real Madrid. Laten we nog nu aan alle brachten en magere illusion. Spanje, zo'n klein aan de glas goed jok. Volgens cool. Included in the Charlesha, Kelsey, Caitlin, Kelly is Craig. It's more in your heart, the defensive four getting the plaudits from that young fan on her hoodie there. City get that, gonna be out. Mag een goal, gaan we kunnen down. That must actually be a pretty big benefit for Celtic. Okay, there's been a few changes between Kelsey Doherty and Chloe Logan this season, jobbing changing, but having a fairly settled backline is always a big plus for a team.
It is always a big plus, because I always say that your points, your performances, your wins come from a good solid defensive foundation, and Celtic certainly do have that continuity in their backline.
We be shocked at that. Davidson. Leunig Gerrig Ash, Shachter Levera, Haze Bound the counter Falaf, Marco Wardlaw, Nishka City, Isha Stats, Could Cat, the Kavanagh and Hoy. Loader, Oscarson, Sarashkan Skipperike, Oscarson, Fiach me go on the came, I found corner ask you, Sarishan Ishin Koramic City, Bagini beat Celtic, against Fiat Minach, Rigol. As die game zit, Celtic en Horsach, daar hulken Johnny Iatsen in een klieën, hier koersje nog. Kuchpen SWPL in hier is het. City de goal courage, bal klurtog, Ranje bal klurtog, bal teruggehaald. Agus Caramille, Keiltje. Joel, taking a short corner is not a bad shout. It's not a bad decision in and of itself, but you want the delivery then to challenge Kelsey Doherty and her defence in front of her there.
Yeah, we spoke about moments ago about kind of that execution in the final third from open play, and that was kind of an example of poor execution and wastefulness from Glasgow City. Whether it's meant and deliberate, Hayley Lauder went over to the ball with the ball over her head, it's potentially a signal to go short, but in those moments you need to try and capitalise, and as I say, it was a very wasteful opportunity for Glasgow City there.
Kozak, Chontek, Skane, Arash, Lauder, the skipper Eichke. Lauder de Wale, Cheval de Kassen. Kozak, and all got Oscarson. So it's a line of Davidson, a hit, Chontek a shin, happy, Hal Kajokatari, Manglu. Yeah, the Fendiker Hoshahara. Creek on the Kafaximi. Warrington, should have called him. You get Glasgow City. Laferski, the follow-up weer. Hij was loog in hij dol eruit. Hat Tolweke. Hij kit Laferski in de game bevoordigd. Ja, Celtic. Rash is de skipping. Jichtel gedezen. Ja, Celtic. Ja, Laferski. Hij is aan de jachtje. De jachtje van Alonso kun je. Hij is ik geloof je hebt het goal doen. Ik geloof je er naar zin. Johnny, Celtic fourth quarter. Joel, it's a fantastic finish, and it's also a fantastic turn of speed to just get right all the way around Kinsey Weir.
Yeah, it's a fantastic finish, and that's one thing you absolutely do not want to do, is get in a foot race with Kit Laferski, because she's got pace to burn, And I think that's an example of, and the reason why Fran Alonso made that change at half-time, because that is what she can do and that's what she's capable of.
It's some finish this, outside of the right foot, you know, just lifting it over and bending it away from Lee Gibson.
Yeah, outside of the right foot, under tremendous pressure from Kenzie Weir, makes the finish all that more spectacular.
City had a bit of a mountain to climb. It's got even bigger, and you kind of really struggle to see how they can get their way back into this game now.
Yeah, it's a tough one. 3-0 down. You obviously want to try and come out, try and attack, but in doing that, you don't want to leave the spaces in behind for Celtic to exploit. So it's ensuring you get that balance right.
Ferski, Arash is skipping. Faravenki, Ikliar Schlier, Enache, Murphy Agnew, agus Arash, Misk Nato. Heen agus Amy Gallagher. Wat er weer pikken jachten in control lane. Giesjesjen, gaat de hele chain en nog. Davidson, a fine corner. City, Femia finish gaan het de bal in kunnen behind. Femia tool lane. As een eigerak. Maar kan wel chances in deze game set. Celtic tegen de wagerig. Ik kijk hier. Achanjel. De nog een raast. De is bal naar taal af versus kill. Ohili Loda. City closer. Heel Lavenisht. He's Gerike Hard. It's hard in the Nille. It's going to fall off Celtic. Waarom achter Brishik's nog gezorgd? Gallagher Lish. Alle first keer de deur zich in de vaart. Gallagher voetje nog gedaan. Zet de rash toe. Kavanagh Munglu Kelly Clarks Noel Shachter Chloe Krieg go Caitlin Hayes Gallagher Asiye Oscarson Kamal Sula de Val Gigia Gatas Kenyarash Gully Gibson Celtic Kelly Clark agus he is a wheeling to Farak in the Fee nicht gechanach Kuchok sin City. Should have reached for Hoshach the game, Marvik Doon. Lavera, Shachar Curie physio he did. Aragachin Maha, Clint Kavanagh and fall off. I guess Arabahok Jenny Smith. Virginia the hatchet. She'll look at the hips, fall off, she'll look at the hearts. Virginia. Joel, City would have been looking to come into this game after the draw against Hearts, after the European disappointment, to some extent looking to just maybe get a kick start, get things back on track. It looks like they're going to go down to a defeat here to Celtic, and then they've got to go and face Rangers next week in the league. It's two really tough games back to back.
Yeah, two really tough games back to back, and probably games that, or a game that Leanne Ross and Glasgow City probably wouldn't want on the back of tonight. However, they need to rest, recover and go again, because they're a good team, and I don't think they've played badly tonight, Derek. They certainly haven't. They've just had a few moments that they could have done better with. I certainly don't think they've had a bad performance tonight at all.
Davidson Laird, Tiv Moy Fufkish, Doherty Risha Saval Gigianu, Acharokus Dohumerdal. It's not a bad effort this from Lauren Davidson, but Kelsey Doherty was well behind it. And I think you're right, the City have played pretty well tonight. I think sure we've seen the City play worse and come away with the result, or even the climax of last season. I'm not sure that they played that well, but they went to Ibrox and they got that result really when they needed to. Whereas tonight, they've played well, they've created loads of chances, they just haven't taken them.
Yeah, you're right, and it could have well been a different game if they had taken those early opportunities, Derek. You just never know, but like I said, it'll be a tough one to take, but there are some positives in this performance for Glasgow City. And
there's also 13 minutes left, so I'm leading you down the wrong garden path. This may all change. This may all change yet. Kishi Nahar of Eugene, Vanavenki, City, Lisa Forrest. Tiagre it, Ikanoi, Inacha Whelan. Kassan Organ Ure City, Ikanoi. Hyman Halle Tolas and that pursuit of days and Huri Tolnay St Johnston, Raducci, Garalashin, Skipping Glean Ross. In the Hooge and as Dafke, or son, look at the Himmeldig, the Hooge games. Forrest to the ball, a spot. Green Galavera, Mahisha Howell, Celtic's Gilor Afghan. Bafersky. Krieg, Rashko Clark, Silmi Kanyacha, Ross Rashko Clark. William Hanning, Kiara in the east. Using a ward look at that. That's Smith and Gablishkel. Smith it in that Kavanagh. Forrest good. Here Krieg had the Rashko. Dohordilishkata. All the Chinamanko Lauren Davidson up from Pakitavine in the Florisha Manglu. Ross to the Peninsula. Davidson at the lookout. Isha on the Kafak. City of the Horchak, look at that Wardlaw on the Kus Kafak. Alishane, Nolga Michaela Moore. Mafersky, Bidard, Gallagher. Gallagher and Ishka Smith think it will come as we have him with Vukish. Hane here, plan, it's all of the Nuaret. I guess 3 minutes should be goal. Celtic has commercial 3 token Johnny. Lavera. Clark. Goeie maat. Sullivan. Door de Stjaag. De verlokt aan de Heeseke van Steu. For we beat. Shin. First good again Hickey. Moore hier achter de Kiljaars en Mind Gerodishin. Zat de Shahan get dat Celtic jullie zeker. Aishka Smith. Manglu. Oh, it are chat bis Carmenistic City Brisha got stuff at Davidson. Puchtig se puchtig. Die Gallagher rash. Kareem Biore, I guess. Jan Howell, like a hard shot. Gallagher goes hier. Biore is een fijn aan, dan first case of hier. Die doet de first goed, was er de vuurtjes. Je ziet Gao onder Jenny Smith is in. First to got him the Wardlow casting in de ballen. Forrest een hard shot met Celtic Ries gedaan. Aha, in Gallagher. Het chillig van hier de Miel Logan. Zullen daar spreken de geur. De City Ries. The problem for City is that the substitutions they've made later in the game they haven't really worked out. King of Kozak's not impacted the game much. Charlotte Wardlow hasn't had much impact either, and Lisa Forrest's not really got into the game at all.
No, the subs haven't affected the game too much at all. King of Kozak, who is normally a very creative player, picking up very good pockets of space and between the lines, haven't been able to do that. Is that because of Celtic's kind of discipline, out of possession? I don't know, but like you said, I don't think the subs have made the impact that Leanne Ross would have liked and hoped for.
It makes it harder when you're chasing a lead, when the team that ahead can afford to just be a little more conservative, can be a bit less pressured on the ball when they've got the time. It makes life much more difficult.
Yeah, it certainly does. I think as soon as that third goal went in for Celtic,
They have to Manglu. Lord of Gain fall off gedaan as Jenny Smith. Sorry, Joel.
Yes, I think as soon as that third goal went in for Celtic, it just allowed them to control the tempo. They didn't need to force anything, and Glasgow City needed to come out of that defensive discipline.
Gallagher. Forrest scores just Jaff. Gemashin, Balmashin is Marcus Sullivan. Partido gyda Ginarash agus dydych fatar o eres dy sy'n gydgwod yn eisiau chlwchyd ar tos y bal dy ffala fwy agus Cwrymari eisiau ffala ar Glasgow City. Partido dyn yma gyda i'r sy'n ysmadra chog. Smachger gemaakt. Zijn raske doorties. Celtic het hoor zo gries van de goal. Celtic tussen zijn dagen Rianu. Dat is niet op zijn draast. Amy Sharkey, agus Claire Goldie Virginia. Jeez, ook van de Academiacha. Amy Gallagher vanaf. Natalie Ross, Jayla vanaf. Celtic weer een chick, Biga Gehu. So, gyma ar y go i sy'n. Agus Natalie Ross ar y gol, ie. Oscarson. There's a line-up. Davidson. Davidson le cúis na foscail i rís Hayes gor cín gan a rá beiche gyda. Jenny Smith skipbol cúis in mewn y bag. Celtic. Bydd dy chant sy'n gyfolach gyda Coastal Cwtio'r sialdo rown yn eich gydag mae'n lŵn a eich gwlwch fysmachga for Alonso Ymolwch. Joel, time to pick a player of the game. Who are you going to go for?
It probably could have been a handful of players, Derek. However, for me, Natalie Ross, I think her early goal really set the tone for this match, and she marshals that midfield very effectively and efficiently for Celtic. So for me, Natalie Ross is my player of the match tonight.
Natalie Ross, duidelijk. Joel, terug. Doe niet man van iets. Joel de Vierge nu 3 mee in. Is Harwa Pulloch Voloshoch. Maar ik is je wel. Vlucht er een klein waar krijgt toe en nu nog eraan. Ketaha City. Ik haal 3 til Kignoni. Dan Davidson, de gamle niet Jascherman. Zou de binnen de vaart krijg. Ik gaan haal. Ik zeg ik ga de grote gaat de gooisje komen naar hoor ja. En is Celtic er 3 goed keer König. Maar het maar bal is Elia Nachke. Ik heb er zie je zin naar de grond kijf. Manglu. Jenny Smith. En hier het partido. En voor in fijn condition. Michele Moore. Schön. Partido. Verlies bal Goviek. Glasgow City. Nog even kaliter in deze game zit. Wat daar hier wat ik in de kolom in de weg ik te veranderen. Drie minuten in de markt. Het goed, dus die tweede gegeven. Ik kan hier zitten. Ik guess dat Celtic in mijn vijf keer zijn nachrang gelegen nu. Karspoeien zijn kutje ook, Shen Selimi. Dat is een daar schachet. Hier het karspoeien in een waar. In een waar, tolko Shen. Verachin Hikishitel. Kalarishin. Kozak. Doherty le samen de Maketa. Halai City Kalas er genieren zich gerits mee. Doherty gradu hala. Kommelin me vika klukke gerits genieren ze. Als je toch gevat zorgen we huis ervaring. Als je toch kunt hier sportdag. Jenny Smith in Vigil kasnacht hachashen. Is een Forrester in Woepen gedaan. Zijn bal in is je als je Kelsey Doherty stoppen. Kozak, Monke Davidson. Kjork City is een vuurtjes in Durse. Bal van de goal. Partido. Ja, we gaan met de maag. Zwijnjesjen. Gaat de likkie. Sullivan fijn van de waalliedje. Schützt doch wat mir hier nie kutje kach toch nog even als je duur de partij van Valla weg. Hannes Kitlen Hayes hier is Erik Loden. Wel, aterwana mag niet haar partij doen Valla. Eigenlijk Teddy Burchell het signeert nu veel. Bij Celtic via met mij liggen er in mijn Navaris. Alonso Erige Paula Partido rasch gaan duif zit. Let pikken die hikke we jamie in. Caitlin Hayes, I guess is strong. Chloe Craig graag me makkelijk door het zijn me. Kan je maar in de noord dat kan gedaan worden. I guess ha Paula Partido. Garua gegen Ishichalov. Birchall is. Anaman. Kama Anamal da over the Skippy Weir City. Birchall at Celtic. McStay. The Venki Kujok Celtic and Loch. Carden Ulle Anamal on the game the Fed. It's in the Malanga Peen on the game the Man Kujok. Slowed the rush to hold the spotlight junior. Kittle Nees has for a fag. Considered it for the bridge. Gilly Dool. Gilly Fane. Silver the Bachanier. In the mach van de goal, zijn één City, Hilly Loader, Gachurerd, Bucking of Kozak, Gahalder, Shen Gata, Celtic and Ishireen, Ash Celtic, Chinnererd, Lishing Game, Achken Ha, Willing Heretol, Gaviakerson, Ushin, Kukar or Puloch, Claire Goldie, Ochten the Cheek, Fen Coromir of Alishin, Kittle and Hees, Jishos and Chili, and Nilly Fen Coromast, Amy Sharky, the Hamler of Akima Kujok. Then Molly van a look at Pinner on Kujok. Manglou, Yacy Laferski, Yacy the Shen, the Rimmel of Uka, Shen the Chidishach. Mal, Dollarshach, from 11, Italy Gibson. Rashley, a manager of Grady, Clutter and Celtic and Ish. Warren Davidson, Gahurst Noas Gama. Gahurt Shachad. Fatter Rueris, the game Shachad Kerskilior. Fashet Rueris. I guess ik gaan hal, het peper, het aan de waar verrest, Celtic. 3 tuil Kenyoni, had de bal geschoten. Ga je zien, Puloch gekies skial nog gegeven. Huldig Natalie Ross, Trazi Gietliet, is je schier minuten geschinnen, waar dacht ja, Corman Giloric City, Hippert, de guy van de zin, Corman Achke, als je Kujok, gaat de rood genachke. Is de Hanik de Corman is Narnelje. Goimi Gallagher, agus Kit Laferski, God option, agus Machine Celtic hier dan had al gaan het heug. Als je de nachtwoord de groepen in SWPL. Celtic 3, Glasgow City in Johnny. Agus een game schach de gezin.
Tablette, Gajera, Derek, agus wel maar hoor join hen. Kom af voor us eigenlijk gaan hal. To skippen Celtic, klikken ter game en hen Natalie Ross, agus 3 Kenyoni. To Celtic and the Glasgow City Akichaun Hall. Joel, in the end, 3-0 to Celtic. They are through to the semi-final.
Yeah, they'll be delighted with the result tonight and the performance, and delighted to progress to the next round of the Cup.
Absolutely, and we are delighted now to be joined by Kit Laferski, scorer of Celtic's 3rd goal. Kit, well done tonight. You must be happy just to get through to the semi-final.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know, winning's important. It's always important to get three points, home, away, whatever the condition is. So, you know, we're thrilled, super happy to take home some 3 points. And
we can have a look through the goals shortly, but I just want to ask you, how fit are you at the moment? Obviously, you didn't start the game. You've been carrying a bit of an injury. How are you feeling?
Enough. I'll say enough. Rub some dirt on it, and I'll just I contribute where I can contribute, play where I can play, and whether I'm on the field or off the field, I'm a firm believer, and you can have an impact no matter what. So, I just take advantage of the time that I get and try to put some goals in the back of the net for the squad.
Well, you absolutely looked fit enough for that 3rd goal. And we can have a look now at the goals. It started off in the first half with Natalie Ross and Joel. As we mentioned in the first half, it was a really good header.
It was a fantastic header from a player who isn't known for her aerial ability, and a very brave header from Natalie, because she put her body where it hurts, and fantastic finish into the back of the net.
And of course, this was the Amy Gallagher goal. I just want to ask you, Kit, about Amy playing with her. You've got a great partnership up front. How much are you enjoying playing with her this season?
Yeah, I love playing with Amy G. I'd say we're 2 totally different kinds of players, but we complement each other really, really well. And she makes the job look so easy. So, it just makes my job that much easier as well. So it's great. It's a great time, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
You made that look very easy yourself. How much do you enjoy scoring that goal and getting back on the score sheet?
Yeah, great to be on the score sheet, no doubt. Got to be honest, I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that again. But you know, I'll always try my best to do so. And like I said, put goals into the back of the net for the team. And yeah.
And Kit, what was the message from Fran at half-time? Was he happy with the first half performance, or did he want something more in the second half?
I was not present for halftime because I had to come out and warm up, so I was not, I'm not really sure what was said, but I'm sure it has something to do with, having control over the game and taking advantage of our chances, needing to create more chances and finishing goals, and keeping goals out of the back of our net. So keeping a clean sheet, coming out with 3 points, and we did just that. So job well done today.
Simple as that, absolutely. Well, I think your team are in a huddle at the moment, so you better get back to Fran and the rest of the coaching staff. Thank you so much for joining us here on BBC. Well done tonight, Kit. And simple as that. As we heard there, Kit coming on in the second half, and she really was the difference there.
She was indeed. I spoke about it during the game. There's something that you don't want to do, and that's getting a foot race with Kit Lafersky, because her pace is frightening, and I bet she backs herself 9 times out of 10 in situations like that.
Absolutely. I just want to ask you, obviously we've spoken a lot about Celtic, but Glasgow City, the last time they won this competition was 2015. That wait goes on. It's a big disappointment for them tonight.
Yeah, a massive disappointment, because Glasgow City are a club who have historically had success in this competition, not so much recently, and that was something that they would have hoped to have rectified this season, but it's not to be.
How do they, though, reflect on this game? Because you can't really say they played badly tonight. They actually, in spells, particularly the first half, they were actually very good.
They were. I said that to Derek during the game. It's a hard one to kind of dissect and analyse, because, like you said, they didn't play badly at all. They had really good moments. They created opportunities, which was something that Leanne wanted from the weekend. The difference was Celtic took their chances and Glasgow City didn't.
Simple as that. Thank you, as always, here on BBC Alpa, Joelle, and good luck on Sunday as well in your game against Dundee United. The Hiing Shaw, 8th BBC Alpa, Idashku Rugby, Amadach, Ayrshire Bulls, Donna, Watsoni, and Shit, Ike, Coic, Uden, Fesker, and Noorsen, Nicholas Vrech, Donna, Dundee United, and the Coupe Urish, and SPFL. Noorsen, Koers, Jedenach, son Super Series. Agus Hashing Chilach, Gu Gemichen, Numban, Glasgow City, Adol, and Rangers, son SWPL. Sin Chavore, Vuinge, Shaw, 8th BBC Alpa, Labanoker and Och, Ike Celtic, Tapalisha.